Guys, it's Lady Cinnamon and welcome back. Today I'm super excited because I'm going to be doing a kickoff video for the holiday season, and I'm going to be doing a compilation videos of some of the cone trees that I DIY'd last year. It's a little bit of something for everyone, so if you're new, I do appreciate you for stopping by and spending some time with me. I just want to welcome you to the channel. So guys, I am going to get into all of the cone trees, but like I said, there's a little bit of glam, a little bit of farmhouse, a little bit of rustic, so I think that you will definitely like what I have for you today. So the first one, I'm going to be using some cardstock. So this one, I actually used some mirrored glass pieces that I had left over from a previous DIY. And I'm just making some cones. I wanted to do a trio, and when you make a cone, you just want to make sure that the bottom is completely flat. So when you're done making the cone, just trim it even across the bottom. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is I did pick up some additional cones from Hobby Lobby on sale at clearance, and I'm just going to paint those down white so they match the large cone, and that way they'll reflect all of the glitter glass and all of the mirrors. So I do have, like I said, these mirrors that are left over from a previous project. Some of them are self-adhesive on them and some of them don't. So for the ones that don't, I will be going back with hot glue gun. And for the ones that do, I'm just going to go ahead and stick on. So I basically did this randomly. You don't have to, of course, use mirrored glass. If you do, always remember to use some protection. But yes, but this is optional. I just added this on because I had it left over, and you guys know it's so much fun to use leftover items when you're crafting because they can always be reused, and it's very budget friendly. So for the largest one, as you can see, I basically staggered the glass. I'm going to go back with some triangular glass pieces that I use for, it was a Pure One mirrored mosaic that was like inspired from Pure One. I could leave the link for that video if you want to see it in the description bar below. But I basically did the same thing with the smaller ones. I simply just made one row. What I'm going to do now is just mix together glitter, and I also have crushed glass and a little bit of this really pretty sort of like faux snow glitter. Just shake it up a little bit, and now I'm going to apply Mod Podge and just sprinkle it on. When I say that this is that simple, it really is. And the great thing about this is, like I said, the mirrored glass is an option, but you can just use plain glitter. And I did include actually another DIY that will show you how to just use glitter, and they look just as beautiful. This one I was going for a specific aesthetic last year, so that's why you see the really pretty mirrored glass and the crushed glass and also all of the glitter. That's like sort of like a silvery color. That's what I had in my dining room, and it was really pretty. Now when you do add this on, you don't even have to go back and do a second coat of the actual Mod Podge unless you want to. You could actually spray it with hairspray or a clear coat type of coating, and it'll be just fine. But yeah, it sticks really well. It's sort of chunky, and as you could see, they turned out absolutely gorgeous. They look very high-end. They do have sort of a glam look, but it just looks like the holidays actually, and I think they turned out so pretty. So let me know what you guys think about how these turned out. And now it's time to move on to the next DIY, which is a feather Christmas tree. This is so easy. I had these leftover stencil type of cone trees from the Dollar Tree, and I just removed them and basically glued them together to give it a little bit of height. And I'm just going to use the stencil for another project, but what I'm going to be doing is the quickest, easiest DIY ever. You're just going to get feather trim, whatever color, it's up to you what you're going for your decor. I had this leftover white feather from a DIY. You guys know I love feather DIYs. So yeah, basically I just made sure that the trim was basically on the bottom. So I put the trim up about, I say an inch, inch and a half, just to cover the bottom. And all you do then is just simply wrap the trim all the way around and periodically apply a little bit of hot glue to adhere it to the plastic frame. And it's really that simple. When you get to the top, just trim it off, and if there's any of the plastic sticking out, you can just take maybe 1 or 2 feathers and cover it up with a dab of hot glue, and it's really that simple. But as you can see, this looks angelic. It's just so pretty, and I just love the way it turned out. And guys, such a quick, easy DIY. For the next DIY I did it with some spoons from the Dollar Tree. So all you need is a few packs of these spoons. There's like 48 in each, and you just want to just snap them in half. Very simple, easy step that you can do. Once you've done that, I'm going to take them out and I'm going to spray them with spray paint. And you can use any color you want. I was going with more of a copper look that I wanted for these, and I did it on both sides. And all you're going to do is glue them. I really wanted this color because I wanted something to look a little bit rustic for a specific area in my home. And in that area, I had some more rustic farmhouse looking DIY. So for this, all you're going to do is take the spoon and apply it to the cone with hot glue. Just a little dab is all you need. Just make sure that the bottom of the spoon is even with the bottom of the cone, and place them right next to each other, no gap in between. And you're going to repeat that process, but when you do it, make sure that the cone is sitting down on a flat surface, so you're making sure that all of them are applied evenly, and you'll be able to lay the cone flat down when it's faced up. And now all you have to do is go back and repeat the process, but you're just taking those spoons and you're putting them in between each of the first row, so that way you're hiding all of the cardboard cone. And it's really that simple. When you get to the top, once again, you're going to take about 2 to 3 of those little spoons and cover up the top of the cone with a dab of hot glue. And really, guys, that's all there is to this. The most time this took was actually drying up the spoons after you use the spray paint. I would suggest doing it outside like I did, so you don't have to breathe that in. Yep, so really a lot of fun. I love the way this turned out. And I'm actually thinking about doing one of these this year in more of like a silvery or white color, and just really make it pop all glittery, which is perfect for the holidays. Let me know what you think about that in the description, in the comments rather, below. I would love to know how you feel about that. So the next one is really quick and easy. I took the same cardstock that I used to spray paint the spoons, and I literally rolled it up, trimmed it at the bottom a little later on, which you'll see, but I actually didn't even tape it. I used a hot glue gun to just really get it going and popping right away. And they had these cute little hats with the faux fur on them in the Dollar Tree last year. So I basically trimmed off the faux fur because I used it for a different DIY later, except for the actual part that looks like a hat, which is the buffalo check. And all I'm going to do is trim this down to fit the buffalo check hat and place it on top of it. You're gonna see where I cut a seam into this because I need it to overlap so it fits the cone really neat. And the only other thing I'm going to do besides overlapping it and gluing in place with hot glue, which makes it really quick and really simple, I'm going to go down to the bottom, pull it down, and just fold it under and just apply a dab of hot glue there also to really make the bottom of it not look too frazzled, but very neat at the bottom, so it looks really like a really nice finished look, which I love. I like doing neat crafts, and as you can see, that's all you have to do. Now for the top of it, I had some leftover stars from the craft corner, also from the Dollar Tree from our previous DIY, and I had 2 of them, so all I did was cut one in half with an X-Acto knife. I applied a little bit of this wax. You can use Waverly wax. This just happens to be Eddie Sloan rather. And once it dried, I glued them together to give it the look that it's like 3D. And after I glued them together to make that 3D look, it really gives it a rustic look with that stain. And I just applied a little bit of this jute string at the top, so that way the star will have something to rest on. So it's like a tree with its star on top, but it's just adorable. I love this farmhouse tree. I love that stain on there. It just looks like a really cute craft that you would do when it's cold outside, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. Yeah, so like that one a lot too. And for my next DIY, guys, you're gonna need some ribbon, but you can also do this with cloth. All you have to do is make sure that all of the pieces are cut into even strips. And based on how big you want your tree to be, you can do it one color. I chose to go with the red buffalo check as I did the other tree. You could sort of see the look that I was going for last year. And also some burlap. And I cut them in the same exact even strips. So all you're going to do is take those strips, you're going to fold it in half to form a little loop. After that, you're going to apply a little bit of hot glue, and just a dab is all you need. And then you're going to take that, make sure it's lined even to the bottom, and then hot glue it in place. And you're just going to repeat that all the way around without leaving any spaces. And it's that simple. Goes really quick once you start and get the hang of it. But you just want to make sure that you're not leaving any of the cardstock or cardboard sticking out, or even if you're using foam, you don't want it to be peeking through. And for the next row, you're just going to stagger it. In other words, go in between and make sure that the loop is covering or overlapping the first row. And that's it. So what I chose to do is I wanted to alternate colors so I will have a really great contrast, and that's basically what I did. So as you can see, I did one burlap loop and then two of those cute little buffalo check loops, and I repeated that process all the way up. And I got this idea, or was inspired by this look from in the Kirkland's last year, but they added like a little bit of greenery in theirs, and it was just adorable. I think Big Lots might have had one of these also, but I love the way this turned out so much, guys. Do you see how cute it is? And like I said, you can basically see what I was going for and what I had in mind last year for the holiday season, and how all of these work together. And of course, the white feather tree was with the other bright trees that I did with the mirrored glass and the crushed glass and such. So you can see how they all sort of related to each other. So for my last DIY, I really wanted to do one. This was from, I think, 2019, when I first year of being on YouTube. And for that holiday, I just wanted to do something simple, easy, where you didn't have to worry about your children doing a craft for the holidays with you. And it was just awesome because no hot glue is involved, and with the hot glue gun, so anybody can do this as a family craft for the holidays, and it's very simple. And all you need is cardstock or construction paper, even, because all you're using is some kind of Elmer's glue or Mod Podge and glitter, and that's simple. So just go dig in that craft box and pull out the glitter. And I didn't show you how to do the trees because you've already seen how to make those for the cones. So all I'm doing is just showing you the difference in just plain glitter. Now this one, I did apply a little bit of sequins. You can buy these from any craft store also. And yeah, like a table, like something you throw on a table, you can use that also. But either way, just plain glitter makes just the most beautiful cone trees for the holidays. They're so cute, they're so easy, and like I said, all you're doing is applying Mod Podge and adding on the glitter, and it's that simple, and it's such a fun, easy craft that you could do as a family. And like I said, you don't have to worry about children and the process of a hot glue gun and the possibility of, you know, hurting themselves. So it's just a fun, easy craft. So yeah, I love the way these turned out also. I did these in a trio also. But like I said, I didn't actually show the part where I made the cones because it would have just been a little bit repetitive, and I just wanted to get to the good part where we use the glitter. So I hope that you like all of these DIYs and got some really great ideas for just a quick, easy, budget-friendly decor and crafts that you can do. Yeah, and at a really great price. So I hope you liked all of them. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. When you give it a thumbs up, it allows other people to find my content on YouTube, and it really helps out my channel. And I just want to thank you all for my subscribers, and for anyone that's new and my new subscribers. I want to thank you so much for joining the channel and being a part of my family and my little corner in here in the world. So I hope you guys are having a great holiday, a season already. I know we're kicking it off. It's getting early. We're going into Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So I'll be coming back soon with another great DIY for you guys. Maybe some more cone trees. Who knows? And just really looking forward to having a good time. Hope to see you back. If you do, hit the bell twice to be notified whenever I upload. And I'll see you in the next video. And thank you all for watching.